And Charles from Gear Diary.
It is spring in New Jersey, and that means it's time for e-bikes. And that means it's time for a new bike from Heybike. This is the Brawn. We both had our eye on this one.
This one's very exciting, yep.
It's an off-road bike. It's got a 750 watt motor with 1200 peak output. It has over 80 newton meters of torque.
Which we need around here.
Yep. Need around here, fat tires. And it's got an MSRP of $17.99. It's currently on sale when we're filming this, Charles, for $14.99, which I think is actually a really good price for what we're going to see. There are some knocks that I'm going to make on this. The first one is I do not think this comes with fenders.
Okay.
And so for a while they were actually giving fenders with it, but I think you have to buy the fenders separately. But we will find out. But first we got to get this out of the box and set up, don't we?
Yeah. So this is a non-folding bike, which is...
This is non-folding.
Which we've...
Right over there is your Heybike Mars 2.0, and that is a folding bike.
Which I love.
This one is not folding. And it weighs over 70 pounds. It's a big bike. It's a heavy bike.
It's a big bike.
But it's also a powerful bike. And it's still in the box.
Let's stop talking.
Let's get it out of the box.
All right. All right.
So this is the Heybike Brawn. It has an MSRP of $1,799, but it's currently on sale when Charles and I are filming this for $14.99. It has a 750 rear hub motor that puts out 80 newton meters of torque. It has a 1200 peak power, 1200 watt peak output, and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. That makes this a class 3 electric bike. It gets up to 65 miles per charge, although that will, of course, depend upon your weight, the terrain, and how much you're using the pedal assist. So you're going to get a lot less if you're using it heavily, but you can get up to 65, but that's when you're working pretty hard. It has 26 by 4-inch fat tires, which are larger than what we've seen before. They're puncture resistant, and they are intended to help smooth out the ride significantly. It has a front hydraulic dual crown suspension, which is awesome, but it does not have rear suspension, so the fat tires come in as pretty important there. The hydraulic disc brakes are 180 millimeter rotors, and they are really supposed to be really powerful. We haven't ridden it yet, but we'll know soon enough. The battery sits underneath the frame, which is a really nice place to have it. It can be removed, but you can charge it while it's in place. And it is TUV safety certified. So they've been taking battery safety more seriously lately, and Heybike is doing just that. So they've made sure that the battery is going to be safe. You don't have to worry about it too much. The bike itself weighs 73 pounds and can carry a payload of up to 400 pounds. You can use the smart app for Heybike with it as well. And the 4-amp fast charger takes about 4 to 5 hours to fully charge it. It has a rear light for safety. It has a huge front headlight that automatically turns on when the surroundings, when the ambient light requires it. The shifter is a 7-speed Shimano shifter. It's not their fanciest, as we've seen before with Heybike bikes. They have really nice components, but they're not the top of the line components, but they're fine, and it is perfectly good. It is a very hefty bike. I love the fact that it came with fenders. It came with a rack. It even comes with a water bottle rack already installed on the bike, which is phenomenal. The frame is aluminum alloy, so it's lighter than it would be if it were from other materials, but it's still going to come in at about 70 pounds, which is 73 pounds. So that's pretty significant. Overall, this is a really, really nice bike, intended specifically for off-road, but you can use it pretty much anywhere, I would assume. It has a bump seat, which is a hydraulic bump seat, which is great. So you can actually adjust the seat, but if you actually are going uphill and you want to be standing up on the pedals, you can drop the seat down, and then you don't have electric bikes that they've got damage that shouldn't be there because it's really well packaged, but somehow along the way when it was being packed up, it was damaged there. And there are other issues along the way, like one of the holders for the headlight was bent, and we had to bend it back into shape. And the rear fender has a little bit of a crease in it. Again, not huge deals, but if you're spending this kind of money, you'd really like the bike to come out pristine so that you can be the one who damages it out. But it is what it is. Again, this is the Heybike Brawn, $17.99 MSRP, currently on sale for $14.99. Ships with the rack, the fenders, the water bottle cage. It's a really powerful bike. 28 miles an hour, class 3, 80 newton meters of torque. Let's take it for a first ride. This is Dan from Diary. We're going to take the Heybike Brawn for a first ride. The weather in New Jersey has been so lousy that I've had this sitting in the garage for weeks now. But finally, it's a beautiful day, and we're going to take it out. Charles and I put it together 2 weekends ago, and then it's been raining and cold ever since. But now, let's take out the Heybike Brawn, a massive, powerful bike from Heybike.